week you're listening to This Week with Justin McCarthy and Carol Coleman. Coming up on the programme,
Health Minister Stephen Donnelly on future vaccination programmes, the ending of mask wearing, and what next for Nevitt.
We're joined live by Sinn Féin leader Mary Lou MacDonald for the latest in our series of party leader interviews.
The chairperson of the CAO on growing calls for a hybrid leaving cert.
And repurposing vacant pubs and shops. We take a walk through Boyle in County Roscommon. News read now by Susan Jackson.
Preparations are continuing around the country this weekend for the phased reopening of the economy ahead of the start of the first week since the lifting of most COVID-19 restrictions. From tomorrow, strategies will begin to be put in place for readjusting rosters, addressing remote working and health protocols at offices, factories, retail outlets and other workplaces. Karen Creed reports.
For almost 2 years, significant numbers of employees have had to adapt to remote working. Tomorrow marks a turning point as employers and staff begin readjusting to pre-COVID working practices following the government's announcement of a phased return to the workplace. The public service union Forsa is seeking assurances that workers are protected, with the union stressing that any new arrangements should take account of some people's genuine fears around safety. Face masks will continue to be required in a number of workplaces until at least the end of February. The protocols on workplace attendance for those with COVID symptoms, positive tests and close contacts are also unchanged. Meanwhile, the government is facing calls to fast-track legislation on remote working amid concern that some employers will not give staff the option of remote or hybrid working.
The number of students being awarded 6 H1s in the Leaving Certificate examinations increased almost fivefold between last year and 2019. The figures were published by the State Examinations Commission. Here's our education correspondent, Emma O'Kelly.
This data lays bare the extent of grade inflation that has taken place as a result of the use of calculated grades over the past 2 years. The proportion of H1s awarded more than doubled over the period, from 4% of all grades in 2019 to 7% in 2020 and to 10% of all grades last year. The authorities have been determined to return to an exams-only system this year for fear of further grade disruption. However, Leaving Certificate students argue that a sudden deflation of grades this year will leave them worse off, competing for scarce college places with students with bumper results from the past 2 years. Amid great pressure from students, meetings have been taking place to try and work out the best approach for this year. Last week in the Dáil, the Taoiseach promised certainty for students and quickly.
The Irish Aviation Authority has said the safety of Irish airspace will not be compromised by a Russian Navy artillery test 240 kilometres off the southwest coast next month. The authority said that while not common, notifications for similar activity in international waters within Irish-controlled airspace are received from time to time from other jurisdictions, and the same procedures are applied to ensure the safety of civilian aircraft at all times. The Sinn Féin spokesperson on Defence, Orca Clark, expressed concern about the exercise. Deputy Clark said the lack of primary radar was the reason other state entities had been probing Irish airspace for years with high-altitude bombers and escorts. And now the weather.
RTE Radio 1 weather with Grant. From condensing oil boilers to heat pumps and underfloor heating, you can trust Grant to heat your home. Visit grant.eu.
It'll be generally dry and cloudy today with short sunny spells. There'll be